All right, it is 9 o'clock and we are live. Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to actually my first Facebook Live in this group, Journey to Financial Freedom. And hey, Beverly, I see that you're here. Welcome, welcome. So, guys, I want to share with you that this is, I think, my second Facebook Live ever, and this is the first Facebook Live in this group. So, thank you for being here. If you are here live, please jump on in and say hello, hi, tell me where you're from. Hey, Beverly, I see you're here. Hope you can hear me well. Let me know if you cannot. Glad that you are here. And if you are checking this out on the replay, please just type in hashtag replay so I know that you are here and I want to welcome you. So, okay, guys, since this is my first live in the group, I'm just going to be honest with you. This is just how I am. I will be checking my notes tonight. I don't know how many of you have gone live, but it is very different. I have been a presenter and a facilitator for years. Going live is very different. I'm used to my little PowerPoints and all my notes, so I might be checking my notes, and because I want to make sure I get you all the information that I can tonight. So that's what I'll be doing. All right, so just a little bit about me if you are new to my group, and I am very grateful that you are here. Yes, Beverly can hear. Awesome. I'm Estelle Gibson. I'm a CPA and a financial and business coach, and I am a money and mindset coach. And what that means is that I help female entrepreneurs that want to have a purpose-driven business and make a difference in the lives of their clients. I help them to manage their money and master their mindset so that they can manage their money in simple ways that are unique and customized to them, and they can break through from those limiting beliefs and money blocks that stop them from taking action. So welcome, welcome. So I wanted to do a series, a three-part series, because I know as busy entrepreneurs, everybody doesn't have a lot of time. So I wanted to do it in three parts. So it'll be about 15 to 20 minutes each night, tonight, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. And that way you can move on to the rest of your evening and enjoy it and still get some important information and content to help you in your business. So this series is called Level Up, Achieving Your Bold Money Goal. And tonight we're going to talk about the first part, which is getting clear on what you want. So you might ask, okay, why are we starting with that? We're starting with getting clear on what you want, because I find that with a lot of my clients, many times they come to me, and many times this happens with entrepreneurs, that sometimes they don't even know what they want in their business. They don't know what their goals are. They aren't clear on that. And what that causes when they aren't clear, they might know that I don't want to struggle and I want to have a sustainable business, but they don't have specifics. So what that can cause is that can cause overwhelm and struggle and having you to hustle and work harder than you need to because you don't have a goal or a direction. So it's really important. I start all my clients with getting clear on what it is that they want to achieve in their goal. So my question for you is, do you have an income goal? So if you do, just type a yes or a $ into the comment section and let me know if you already have an income goal. And if you do, you are on the right track. So the first thing I want to talk about is thinking about what is your goal based on. And what that means is, have you set your goal based on somebody else's goal? Maybe something you heard somebody else on Facebook or in a group or in a mastermind say that they wanted to have. So that's one way you could set your goal. Or is it something that somebody suggested to you? Maybe a mentor or a coach, or you took a class and they said that would be a good goal for you. Or it could be, if you're an entrepreneur and you've come from a corporate environment, it could be that you're setting your goal based on your last job or what you think you might want to replace your income for. And then the last one is it something that you want? So many times is if you work a day job like I do, or if you've just started your business, You may be thinking, it's a side hustle. I want to do this extra work so I can take an extra vacation or start a investment savings fund or do something to my home or invest in some different way. So you're actually trying to create income based on a goal or something you want to purchase or have. So those are kind of the four things to think about. Do you have a basis for your income goal? And I see Bev is saying, yes, she has an income goal. Yes, Bev. All right. So it's important to take a look at those four things. Then the next thing to look at is, does your goal make sense for you? So if you've gotten information from other people, from the internet, from other sources, and it doesn't make sense for you in your life, then that goal is going to be hard to attain. So a couple of the things that I'm talking about here are, is it realistic for you? Is it realistic in the situation that you have in your life? So if you're somebody that has a day job and has limited hours and you're in all these different activities, is it realistic that you're going to have a pretty big goal to start out with? Maybe not. So taking a look at, is it realistic for who you are in your life right now? Number two, is it aligned with your lifestyle? So if you have 5 kids, 2 dogs, you're taking care of your parents, you're doing soccer practice, you're volunteering at church, and you've got all these things going on and you don't have time to devote to creating and building that income, it may not be, a goal may not be aligned with your lifestyle. So you have to take that into consideration when you're looking at your money goal. Is it the right season for your business? If you are starting your business, there are a lot of things that you need to get done in starting your business that may take up a lot of your time, and you may not start to see income for a while. You may be focusing on marketing, focusing on building your products, focusing on your programs. So having a unrealistic goal, like I want to make $500,000 in the first 3 months, based on the season of your business, may not make sense. And also I work with people that are looking at succession plans and looking at retiring from their business. And that could be a time of your business that it doesn't make sense to create a lot of income, and it may. So we have to look at what season of your business are you in. And then the last thing, which is really, really important, is your goal based on concrete info? And that you might say, now what is that? So concrete info, okay, we're going to talk about the bad word, which is financial information or money information. So I am going to talk to you a little bit tonight about some financial terms. So concrete info is actual information that you can rely on to estimate what you need to do in your business. And let me just give you an example. So I had a client that was really struggling in her business, and she wanted to work less and make more money, but she was working so hard doing what she was already doing. So she came to me and said, how can I do this? I just think I need to cash out on this business and just give it up. She'd been in this business for 18 years and she was thinking of going out and getting a job because she just couldn't figure out how she could work less and make more. So the first thing we did is we got clear on what she wanted. And so when we started to take a look at how many hours a week that she wanted to work, we started to flip the equation of what she was doing. She was focusing on the number of clients that she had. And I have all these clients, and she had a pretty decent number of clients, but I'm not making any money. So I had her look at, this is the number of hours you want to work per week. How many client hours does that equal? And when we started looking at how many client hours she wanted to have for the week, she started to realize even though she had a lot of clients, her clients were not coming consistently. They weren't even coming once a month. So she had this big list of clients that were not consistent. And so when she was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually, trying to work harder to get more clients when I have the full length of clients that I need. So then what she did was she talked to her clients to get them scheduled more evenly and more often. And she started booking out the client hours for the week instead of being sporadic and having, one client a day or having very sporadic clients. She started booking them out, and any new clients that she took on, she decided that she would just tell them they had to have consistency in coming in. So when she started to shift all that around, and we worked on some money mindset things too, she realized that she actually had more number of clients that she actually needed. If she could get her clients consistently coming and booking out those client hours, she actually ended up working less and making more money. So the reason I tell you that is that getting the concrete info can really help you in making decisions and in attaining the goal that you want. So I'm going to talk about a couple of accounting terms because I find that people kind of confuse this information. So if I were to ask you how much income you made in your business, what would you be thinking about? Share in the comments. Would you be thinking about how much revenue you brought in, how much money you brought in, or how much actual income, which is profit, that you made? Revenue, money brought in, or profit? And I'll tell you, most people think about the revenue that they've brought in. So when people ask you how much money did you make last year, they're thinking about how much money they brought in. And so the equation for how much money did you make or how much profit did you make is income minus your expenses equals your profit. And it's really revenue or income. People use those terms interchangeably. So it's revenue, money brought in, minus your expenses, money going out, equals your profit. So let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. And then we're going to break it down just a little bit further. So expenses are broken down into fixed expenses and variable expenses. And so your fixed expenses are expenses that no matter the level of service or revenue that increases, those expenses stay the same. So it could be rent for an office. It could be your website fees. It could be fees for things like if you're a coach or consultant, it's going to be things like your mailing service like Aweber or Infusionsoft or and yay, Bev says it makes sense. Okay, I'm on the right track. Some of the things that are going to just be happening regardless of how much money you're making or how much service you're giving. It could be certifications that you have to pay every year, licenses, those kinds of things. So those are fixed expenses, not going to change no matter what you're doing. And then the variable expenses are things that changed based on the amount of service product. As it goes up, these expenses go up. So, some of the best examples for that are if you have a product. So the more you're producing a book or a workbook or something that you're actually going to sell, the more materials you have to make copies of, build, make, so that increases. When it comes to service-based professionals, one of the things that can increase is if you're trying to get more clients, you might be doing more advertising. You might be using your advertising service like Aweber or one of those that have a sliding scale, that will go up based on the amount of people you're serving. So those are your variable expenses. And also any team members, so wages, variable. The more people work, the more you're going to pay them. So those are some of the differences between fixed and variable expenses. So the thing to think about is when you look at your income, we want to make sure that your income and your income goal is based on concrete information and you're covering those expenses. And then we have to think about, are you paying yourself? So if I were to ask you which category, variable or fixed, is paying yourself, which one does that fall into? You can type that in the comments. Would it be variable or fixed? Kind of a trick question here. Actually, it can be both. So you have to make a decision as a business owner, and this can be very tough for people, especially in starting out, whether or not you want to pay yourself first. if you do, and you're giving yourself a salary, that's a fixed expense. If you're going to pay yourself based on, I'm going to give myself income based on the number of clients. If I get this many clients or this much income, I'm going to give myself a wage. That would be variable. So it really is based on what you decide, and you get to make that decision. I find a lot of new entrepreneurs don't pay themselves up front. They're just building and reinvesting in their business. And some people don't have a choice. It's their only form of income, and they got to pay those bills. They got to pay that mortgage. And so, they do have to pay themselves. So it's really important when you're looking at that income goal to make sure you're covering all those expenses, including paying yourself, including taxes. There's a whole list of them. And I'm going to do another Facebook Live on the different expenses, because that can get kind of detailed. And listen, guys, I know a lot of you have accountants and bookkeepers, but here's my motto. My motto is you need to be informed, not an expert. So I know that many of you have seen different business owners, celebrities, athletes that have lost it all because they've handed over their power, their financial power, to someone else. So if you are using a bookkeeper, accountant, somebody else on your team doing that, which I highly recommend if that is not your skill set, and if you are spending buku hours like trying to figure all that out, forget it. That's not your skill set. Try to get somebody to help you, but stay informed, get the information, get proper reporting, get the information you need to make the decisions in your business, because you don't want to hand that over, because it's just a responsibility that you want to take, and you really want to be able to manage your money in a way that you feel confident and comfortable and can make key decisions. Because I know people get freaked out about money and how it's difficult, but it's really a key factor in decision making. And as a business owner, you really need to have that information. It can be very simplistic, it can be very high level, so that you can make key decisions in your business. So that's my thing about staying informed. So if you do have an accountant or a bookkeeper, you want to make sure that they get you the information, or they work with you on covering those expenses when you set those income goals. Because if you don't, guys, you are getting it from somewhere else. You're either getting it from yourself through credit cards, you're borrowing it from family, from banks, from friends, and you're going to go, into debt. And we want you to have a sustainable business. So getting clear on those expenses and covering those with the income goal is key. So the next question would be, how do I figure out what those expenses are? The best way, and the one that most people do not like, is tracking. Now, I'm going to do a whole live stream on tracking, because there are 3 or 4 different ways that you can do it. And I'm very committed to people doing it in ways that they are consistent and that work for them. So that's the 2 key things. If you're going to do tracking consistent, you're going to keep doing it. Keep it up, because if you're not going to keep it up, it's just going to hang over your head and you're going to feel bad, and you're not going to get that information that you need. And then it needs to work for you. So what that means is, if you have a business that has a lot of low dollar item services or products, you're probably going to need to get your information, your tracking and your information turned around quicker than if you have a product that has a higher price point. So if you have a product that has a price point of $1,000, $2,000, and you don't have to track that daily, it could be weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So it really depends on what your business is, how your business works, how you need to manage your money and your cash flow, how dictates kind of the tracking that you do and how often you do it. So I'm going to be going into detail on tracking in another Facebook Live. But for now, I want to just summarize. We talked about the importance of getting clear on your income goals so that you don't stress, struggle, and hustle more than you have to. What those goals are based on, and does that make sense for you and your business, the season of your business, the lifestyle that you have, and is it realistic for you? To base those goals on concrete information, the difference between income revenue and profit, the types of expenses and how you're going to get that information. And so what I'd like to suggest is that you begin, if you haven't gotten an income goal, you begin to think about having an income goal in light of sort of what I've shared with you tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to continue the conversation, and we're going to be doing an exercise tomorrow about getting clear on where you have a set point right now for your income. We're going to take a look at that and look at raising that set point so that you can raise your income, achieve more money goals, and start to move forward in your business. So if you are interested in talking with me further about your specific money goals and getting into a little bit more details, I've put into the right above the video what I call a connect and explore session. And so what that means is we hop on a call for 30 minutes and you share with me what your goals are and what you're trying to work towards, and we can strategize a little bit, and then I can share about how I work with people. So it's an opportunity for me to get to know you better, to get to know what your dreams and goals are, and to help you move forward in your business. So if you go to bit.ly.com, I think I have a couple different, I'm going to add a different link. I have one up there now, but I have a bit.ly, bit.ly, Estelle Call, and you can go right to my schedule and book a Connect and Explore if you're interested in talking to me further about your bold money goals. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope to see you again in the Facebook Live. And thank you for joining me in the first Facebook Live in our group. And I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you soon.